Let us start chemistry gaseous state. We will take van der Waals equation. Then we will take ideal gas equation. In the ideal gas equation, PV is equal to nRT. PV is equal to nRT, ideal gas equation. PV is equal to nRT in the ideal gas equation, where P is called ideal pressure. This ideal pressure and real gas pressure relation is so and so. Relation is so and so. So ideal gas pressure is equal to real gas pressure plus pressure correction. Now pressure correction, it is also a pressure term which is directly proportional to N by V into N by V. This N is called number of moles of gas, it is called volume of gas. It is called number of moles of gas, it is called volume of gas. This is number of moles of gas, it is also number of moles of gas. There is no difference. It is volume of gas, it is also volume of gas. There is no difference between them. Okay, value same. This value is how much? Same value here. Similarly, this value is how much? Same value here. So pressure correction is directly proportional to so and so. Next, the pressure correction is directly proportional to N square by V square. Pressure correction is directly proportional to N square by V square. Then pressure correction is equal to some constant into N square by V square. Pressure correction is equal to some constant, that is A into N square by V square. So pressure correction is equal to A N square by V square. Okay. This A is called van der Waals constant. This A is called van der Waals constant. A is called van der Waals constant. Okay. Now A depends on what? Otherwise, A gives about which one? A gives which one? A is giving what? A depends on which? A depends on which one? That we will see. A depends on which one? That point we will see. Now we will take real gas. We are taking in one vessel. We are taking carbon dioxide gas. Carbon dioxide gas we are taking in this vessel. Next, oxygen gas let us take in the another vessel. Oxygen gas let us take. Now we will see other terms. Volume of carbon dioxide gas is equal to volume of oxygen gas. Like this we will take. Number of moles of carbon dioxide gas is equal to number of moles of oxygen gas. Temperature of carbon dioxide is equal to temperature of oxygen gas. Okay. So volume remains same, number of moles same, temperature same. Okay. Now pressure of carbon dioxide and pressure of oxygen. That point we have to see. Pressure of carbon dioxide and pressure of oxygen we have to see. Do you say that pressure of carbon dioxide and pressure of oxygen remain same practically? Remain same practically? These are real gases. What do you say about pressure of carbon dioxide and pressure of oxygen? Do you think that, okay, you are saying that pressure of carbon dioxide is not equal to pressure of oxygen. Okay, you are saying they are not equal. That means they have some difference. They have some difference. Pressure of carbon dioxide is not equal to pressure of oxygen. Okay. So we will take, since it is real gas, these are real gas, we will take pressure correction. Pressure correction is equal to A N square by V square. Here also pressure correction is equal to A N square by V square. Now N number of moles of gas here, number of moles of gas here remains same. Volume here remains same. Sorry. Volume of gas remains same in both cases. Number of moles also remains same in both cases. Sorry. But pressure is different. Pressure of carbon dioxide and pressure of oxygen is different. Sorry. Pressure of carbon dioxide and pressure of oxygen different. That means, do we say pressure of carbon dioxide and pressure of oxygen is different? We said, sorry. So one is higher, one is lesser. One will have higher value, one will have lower value. Sorry. Which will have higher value, do we think? Pressure of carbon dioxide or pressure of oxygen? Which will have higher value? So pressure of carbon dioxide and pressure of oxygen, they are not different. Okay. So one is having higher value, another one is having lower value. So how do we know that which has higher value and which has lower value? So now we will see carbon dioxide gas and oxygen gas. Carbon dioxide can be converted into liquid carbon. So we can liquefy carbon dioxide gas. Even oxygen gas also we can liquefy. We can liquefy oxygen gas. So carbon dioxide gas can be liquefied. Oxygen gas can also be liquefied, which indicates here attractive force is possible. Here attractive force is possible. Here also attractive force is possible. Due to attractive force among the gas molecules, carbon dioxide can be liquefied. Due to attraction between oxygen molecules, oxygen gas can be liquefied. Okay. Now, which can be liquefied easily out of these two? Which can be liquefied easily out of these two? Experiment says liquefaction tendency is more. Liquefaction tendency is more. Liquefaction tendency is less. Liquefaction tendency is less. So now say this tells that this can be liquefied easily when compared to this. Carbon dioxide gas can be liquefied easily when compared to oxygen gas. So how the magnitude of attraction will be there between carbon dioxide gas and oxygen gas? Which has more value? Which has higher value? Which has higher value? Either carbon dioxide or oxygen. Sir, carbon dioxide can be liquefied at room temperature itself, but oxygen gas cannot be liquefied at room temperature. Sorry. Now, to liquefy oxygen gas, we have to take the oxygen gas to what temperature, which is less than room temperature. But carbon dioxide can be liquefied by keeping its temperature room temperature. At room temperature itself, it can be liquefied. Carbon dioxide gas can be liquefied at room temperature, whereas oxygen gas can be liquefied at less than room temperature. Now, to liquefy these two gases, we have to apply pressure. So, for oxygen gas will be taken to this temperature. Oxygen gas will be taken to this temperature. Then high pressure will be applied. High pressure will be applied over oxygen gas. It is going for Joule-Thomson effect and it will be liquefied. Sorry. Now, carbon dioxide gas will be taken at room temperature and higher pressure will be applied to carbon dioxide gas, then it will be liquefied. It will be liquefied. Now see, oxygen gas can be liquefied by taking it is to certain conditions. Condition is what? First, oxygen gas should be taken to like this temperature. Then high pressure we have to apply. On applying high pressure, it can be liquefied. Sir, carbon dioxide gas will be placed at room temperature itself. we need not change its temperature. Then we have to apply high pressure to this. High pressure we have to apply. Then it will be liquefied. Now you say which can be liquefied easily. You see here we are applying high pressure. Here also we are applying high pressure. But this we have to take to less than room temperature. Taking to less than room temperature means what you have to do? We have to do something such that its temperature will be brought down less than room temperature. For this we need not do any regarding temperature. We will keep as it is in the room. So it will be at room temperature. So regarding temperature we need not take any care. Regarding temperature we have to do something. If you do something, then only its temperature will become less than room temperature. That we have to do. Okay. Regarding its temperature, we need not do anything. It is at room temperature. Okay. So on applying high pressure, it is liquefying. On applying high pressure, it is liquefying. So which can be liquefied very easily. You see that which is liquefying. Which one is easy? Liquefying. Which one is easy? Either carbon dioxide gas or oxygen gas. So we can say that liquefying this carbon dioxide gas is easier when compared to oxygen gas. Why? Because it is at room temperature itself it is liquefying. It is taking a less than room temperature while it liquefies. So it indicates that it is easily liquefying. It is not easily liquefied. So how the attraction between carbon dioxide molecules will be there when compared to oxygen molecules? So do you feel that carbon dioxide gas and oxygen gas both have same magnitude of attraction, or do you feel different magnitude of attraction? So which do you feel as a higher magnitude of attraction, either carbon dioxide or oxygen? Which do you feel that higher magnitude of attraction? Okay, so you are saying that one student says oxygen is having higher magnitude of attraction. Sorry, we'll check. So one student said oxygen is having higher magnitude of attraction. Sorry, you think it converting gas into liquid means converting gas into liquid. Now we will take gas. We are converting this into liquid. Now gas in the gas molecules will be far away. Molecules will be far away. Molecules will be far away. In liquid, molecules will be closer. Molecules will be closer. That is the difference between gas and liquid. In the gas, molecules will be far away. In the liquid, molecules will be closer. Here we are converting carbon dioxide gas into liquid. That means carbon dioxide molecules coming closer so that gas is becoming liquid. Similarly, here oxygen gas we are converting into liquid in the sense oxygen molecules are coming closer so that gas is converting into liquid. Now converting this into liquid, liquefying this is easy when compared to this. It is easily liquefying, it is not easily liquefying. That means these molecules easily coming closer, whereas these molecules are not coming closer easily. So that in which magnitude of attraction is more, carbon dioxide or oxygen? This liquefying this is easy, liquefying this is not easy. That means here molecules are coming easily closer, here molecules are not coming easily closer. So that it liquefying this one is easy, liquefying this one is not easy. So magnitude of attraction is high in which case? Do you think that carbon dioxide gas or oxygen gas? One student says that carbon dioxide gas. Sir. So one student says carbon dioxide gas is having higher magnitude of attraction when compared to oxygen gas. Sir, okay. So now we said carbon dioxide gas is having higher magnitude of attraction when compared to oxygen gas. Sir. Next we will see how the pressure will be there, that point we will see. How the pressure exerted by these gases, that we will see. Now we will see pressure exerted by carbon dioxide real gas, pressure exerted by oxygen gas, that we will see. So now we will take pressure exerted by carbon dioxide gas and the pressure exerted by oxygen gas. Okay. Now we will take molecules. We will consider carbon dioxide molecules like this. Here also we will consider oxygen molecules. Oxygen molecules are present. Now they are making the molecules are making collision on wall of the vessel. It is making collision on wall of the vessel. Therefore, it is exerting pressure. Suppose it is making collision on wall of the vessel with 5 Newton force. So here attraction is possible. This molecule is attracting this molecule. This attraction is attraction magnitude, for example, 1 Newton. For example, 1 Newton. So this here due to attraction, here attraction is there. Attraction magnitude is like this. Now this carbon dioxide is making collision on wall of the vessel with 5 Newton. Anyhow, it is making collision on wall of the vessel. Therefore, carbon dioxide gas is exerting pressure. So now here also attraction is there. Between oxygen molecules also attraction is there. Now see that attraction magnitude is less in oxygen. Attraction magnitude is high in carbon dioxide. Therefore, here 1 Newton force in the sense here some 0.6 Newton. Because here attraction magnitude is less. Here attraction magnitude is more. Here molecule is attracting strongly when compared to here. Now this oxygen molecule is making collision over wall of the vessel with what force? Do you think that same like this 5 Newton or greater than this 5 Newton or less than this 5 Newton? What do you say? What do you say? Which force do you say? Now see that between carbon dioxide molecules attraction is high. Attraction magnitude is high. Between oxygen molecules attraction magnitude is you are saying that one student says that greater than 5 Newton. Suppose 6 Newton will take. Okay. So greater than 5 Newton. Suppose here greater than 5 Newton. Sorry, okay. Now this carbon dioxide molecules making collision over wall of the vessel with the average force this much. Oxygen molecules making collision on wall of the vessel with the average force greater than that of this. Greater than that of this. So oxygen molecules making collision on wall of the vessel with a higher force. Carbon dioxide molecules making collision on wall of the vessel with a lesser force. Now carbon dioxide gas making collision on wall of the vessel, therefore it is exerting pressure. Oxygen gas making collision on wall of the vessel, therefore oxygen is exerting pressure. Now compare pressure exerted by carbon dioxide and pressure exerted by oxygen. Okay, which has higher value, which is exerting higher magnitude of pressure. Both are real gases. Which is exerting higher magnitude of pressure, oxygen or carbon dioxide? What do you say? Which will exert higher magnitude of pressure? Which exert higher magnitude of pressure? Oxygen do you say or carbon dioxide do you say? Now pressure means what? Pressure is nothing but force per unit area. Pressure is nothing but force per unit area. Pressure of gas is nothing but force exerted per unit area. Now here carbon dioxide molecules, carbon dioxide gas molecules making collision on wall of the vessel. Due to that it is exerting pressure. Oxygen gas molecules making collision on wall of the vessel. Due to that oxygen is exerting pressure. Now carbon dioxide molecules making collision on wall of the vessel with less force, whereas oxygen gas molecules making collision on wall of the vessel with higher force. Higher force. So the pressure exerted by oxygen gas, pressure exerted by carbon dioxide gas, you compare. Which do you say higher magnitude? Which pressure is higher? Okay. One student says that oxygen is exerting higher magnitude of pressure when compared to carbon dioxide. Sir, okay. So one student says oxygen gas exerted pressure is more when compared to carbon dioxide. Okay. Next we will take a, now we will consider as a ideal gas. We will consider carbon dioxide is ideal gas. Carbon dioxide is ideal gas we are assuming. Practically carbon dioxide is real gas. Practically carbon dioxide is a real gas. So ideal gas and real gas, they do not have same pressure, therefore we have to take pressure correction. So for carbon dioxide gas, pressure correction is there. Pressure correction is there. Relation between these are like this. Ideal gas pressure is equal to real gas pressure plus pressure correction. Okay. Next we will consider, we will assume that oxygen gas is having ideal behavior. Practically oxygen gas is real gas. So since it is real gas, pressure correction will be there. That correction we will consider. Pressure correction we have considered. The relation among these is like this. It is a relation. So ideal gas pressure equal to real gas pressure plus pressure correction. It is for carbon dioxide. Then ideal gas pressure is equal to real gas pressure plus pressure correction. It is for oxygen gas. Okay. Now it is this carbon dioxide we are assuming as ideal gas. This oxygen we are assuming as ideal gas. Ideal gas in the sense no interaction. That is the assumption. Now, if we consider carbon dioxide as ideal gas, there is no interaction, we can say, no attraction. If we consider oxygen as ideal gas, there is no attraction. Now, if you assume that these two are ideal, now we are assuming that these two are ideal, we are assuming. That means now we are taking carbon dioxide gas in this vessel. Carbon dioxide gas we are assuming that it is ideal gas. Practically it is not ideal gas. Okay. So carbon dioxide gas, we assume that ideal gas. We have taken carbon dioxide gas molecules here. Then we are taking oxygen gas. We are assuming that oxygen gas is ideal. Oxygen gas is ideal. Okay. Here gas molecules present. Okay. Ideal gas, ideal in the sense no interaction, therefore no attraction, no repulsion. Okay. Now these molecules are making collision with the wall of the vessel with the average force x Newton. These oxygen molecules are making collision on wall of the vessel with some average force. With what average force oxygen molecules will make a collision on wall of the vessel when compared to carbon dioxide? When you are assuming both are ideal. Both are ideal in the sense no interaction. No interaction here, no interaction here. It is assumption. Based on assumption, we have to say. Not practically. We are not saying as per practical. We are not saying in the real situation. We are assuming that carbon dioxide is ideal gas, oxygen gas also ideal gas. We are assuming. As per the assumption, we are discussing. So one student says that oxygen gas making collision on wall of the vessel with what force? Same that of carbon dioxide. Sir, you are saying like this. So anyhow, carbon dioxide gas is exerting pressure. Oxygen gas also exerting pressure. Okay, by considering their ideal, you are considering their ideal. Now compare pressure exerted by carbon dioxide and the pressure exerted by oxygen gas. Compare these two magnitudes by assuming that they are ideal. So ideal pressure of carbon dioxide and ideal pressure of oxygen gas. Do you say same or different? Pressure is nothing but force per unit area. Pressure is nothing but force per unit area. Take volume is equal, number of moles equal, temperature equal. Temperature equal. For both, volume remains same, number of moles remains same, temperature remains same. With what force is it is exerting collision in the sense x Newton. It is also making collision on wall of the vessel with x Newton. Now pressure exerted by carbon dioxide, it is by considering ideal gas. Pressure exerted by oxygen gas by considering it as ideal gas. Now compare the pressure of these two considering ideal gas. not real situation. We are not asking the real situation. We are considering ideal gas and we are asking. Okay, you are saying that they are equal. You are saying they are equal. Sir. So here this point, what point you said in the sense ideal pressure of carbon dioxide and ideal pressure of oxygen gas are remaining same. Sorry, okay. So what point you said in the sense pressure exerted by carbon dioxide gas, ideal pressure, pressure exerted by ideal pressure exerted by oxygen gas are same. Sir. So you have said ideal pressure of carbon dioxide and ideal pressure of oxygen gas are same. Okay. These two have same magnitude. Ideal pressure of carbon dioxide and ideal pressure of oxygen gas are having same value. Same. Now, practically we will see. Practically in the sense carbon dioxide gas is the real gas, oxygen gas is the real gas. In carbon dioxide gas molecules attraction is possible. In oxygen gas molecules attraction is possible. Among the carbon dioxide gas molecules attraction magnitude is high. Among the oxygen gas molecules attraction magnitude is low. Therefore, this carbon dioxide molecules making collision on wall of the vessel with less force, oxygen molecules making collision on wall of the vessel with higher force, so that pressure exerted by carbon dioxide is low practically, pressure exerted by oxygen gas is high practically. Therefore, the magnitude, how the magnitude is there means pressure exerted by carbon dioxide gas practically is lower. Pressure exerted by oxygen gas practically higher. Pressure exerted by carbon dioxide gas is lower practically. Pressure exerted by oxygen gas is higher practically. Okay. Now you say how the pressure correction of carbon dioxide and pressure correction of oxygen will be there. Now see that this magnitude and this magnitude are equal. These two have same magnitudes. Here this magnitude is less, this magnitude is high. Now, how the pressure correction will be there? Pressure correction of carbon dioxide and pressure correction of oxygen, you compare which will have higher magnitude, which for which pressure correction is high, for which pressure correction is high. Okay, one student says, okay, so you are saying that carbon dioxide is having higher value. Sir. So you are saying carbon dioxide is having higher magnitude. Okay. So pressure correction is high. Pressure correction is high here. Pressure correction is low here. Sir. You said pressure correction, you said. Okay. Now, pressure correction is directly proportional to n square by v square, that is equal to a n square by v square. Here pressure correction is equal to a n square by v square. Okay. Practically we are seeing, we are considering, practically they are real gases. Carbon dioxide is real gas, oxygen also real gas practically. Practically all the gases are real gases. Okay. Now see, here number of moles remains same. Here volume remains same. Sir. Then that means here we can say pressure correction is directly proportional to A. Here pressure correction is directly proportional to A. Sir. Why do we said like this means n by n square by v square is constant in both cases. Here n square by v square, here n square by v square same. Sir. Now we will see in another manner also. This point we will take, otherwise we will leave it. Okay. Now here number of moles remains same. Here volume remains same. Sorry, okay. So we are saying that number of moles are equal, volume are equal. Therefore, in both cases, here n square by v square, here n square by v square remains same. Okay. Here number of moles same. Here volume same. So here n square by v square, here n square by v square remains same. Okay. But how the pressure correction is there, that we'll see. Pressure correction, if we see, carbon dioxide is having higher value, oxygen is having lower value. So pressure correction, carbon dioxide is having higher value, carbon dioxide is having higher value. This pressure correction magnitude is less. Oxygen is having lower value. Pressure correction magnitude is low. So here pressure correction magnitude is high. Here pressure correction magnitude is low. N square by V square here and here remains same. Then how the van der Waals constant here and how the van der Waals constant here will be there? How the van der Waals constant will be there? Do you feel that van der Waals constant in both cases are equal? Do you feel van der Waals constant are different in these two cases? Then which has higher magnitude? If you feel van der Waals constant A is different for these two, then which is having higher magnitude, that you say? Which has higher magnitude? Okay. So one student says that carbon dioxide is having higher magnitude of A value. This value is high, this value is low. Like that one student says. So one student says A value, van der Waals constant A is high in carbon dioxide, van der Waals constant A is low in oxygen, one student says. Okay. So you are saying that van der Waals constant A is high in carbon dioxide, van der Waals constant A is low in oxygen. So van der Waals constant A, van der Waals constant A is higher. Attraction magnitude in carbon dioxide also high. Carbon dioxide is having higher magnitude of attraction. Van der Waals constant A is low for oxygen and attraction magnitude of oxygen is low. Here see that for carbon dioxide you said van der Waals constant is high. For carbon dioxide attraction magnitude is high. For oxygen van der Waals constant A is low. For oxygen attraction magnitude is low. Now say van der Waals constant A depends on which factor? Van der Waals constant A is measuring which term? Yes, you are saying that van der Waals constant A measures magnitude of attraction. You are saying van der Waals constant A measures magnitude of attraction. So A measures magnitude of A measures magnitude of intermolecular force of attraction. Intermolecular force of attraction. Intermolecular force of attraction. So A measures intermolecular force of attraction. Okay. So that pressure correction is equal to A n square by V square. In this A is called van der Waals constant. Van der Waals constant A is measuring intermolecular force of attraction. Intermolecular force of attraction means attraction between molecules. Attraction between molecules is called intermolecular force of attraction. So we got an idea. Van der Waals constant A. Van der Waals constant A is measuring intermolecular force of attraction. Sir, okay. Now we got 2 points. We got one point is called pressure of ideal gas is equal to pressure of real gas plus pressure correction plus pressure correction. Then pressure correction is equal to A n square by V square. Here A is called van der Waals constant, which measures intermolecular force of attraction. This point we got. So what are the points we got here? One is pressure of ideal gas equal to pressure of real gas plus pressure correction. Next point is pressure correction is equal to A n square by V square. Next point is A is a measure. A measures intermolecular force of attraction. Sir, okay. So now in PV is equal to nRT. In PV is equal to nRT regarding pressure, ideal pressure, we got an idea. Sir. So we will substitute this ideal pressure. We will substitute. So ideal pressure is equal to real gas pressure plus pressure correction, that is A n square by V square. We have substituted. Then V is equal to nRT. V is equal to nRT. Sorry, okay. So we have corrected ideal pressure as like this. We have corrected ideal pressure as like this. This value we can get from manometer. This value we can get from manometer. This value we cannot get from manometer. This value we cannot get from manometer because ideal gas is not possible practically. Real gas is possible practically, so connect this real gas to manometer. Manometer shows what is the pressure exerted. So this pressure we will get from manometer. This pressure we can't get from manometer because ideal gas is not uh, present practically. Real gas is present practically. So this A n square by V square. A is a constant value, N is number of moles, V is volume of gas. So this bracket, this is giving a pressure of ideal gas. This is giving a pressure of ideal gas. Then regarding volume, we will see. This V is called ideal volume. This V is called ideal volume. So what is meant by ideal volume? That we will see. This in PV is equal to nRT. In PV is equal to nRT formula, V is called a ideal volume. Okay. What is meant by ideal volume? Ideal volume meaning is free volume. Ideal volume meaning is called a free volume. Ideal volume is nothing but a free volume. Okay. Now let us think that it is the room. Let us think that it is a room. This room is completely free. Nothing is there in this room. Only one person is there. Now, what is the space available for this person to move freely? Shall we say this entire volume? Sir, for this in this room, nothing is there. Only this person is there. This person can move freely in this room to what volume? In the sense volume of this vessel. In the same way, we will consider this as a vessel. This as a vessel we will consider. Only one gas molecule is present. Like this we will consider. Only one gas molecule. We will consider only one gas molecule. Only one gas molecule is there. Now, shall we say this gas molecule is having complete this volume for free movement. Therefore, free volume for this gas molecule is nothing but volume of this vessel. Free volume for this gas molecule is nothing but volume of this vessel. So that ideal volume for this molecule is equal to volume of this vessel. So that free volume is also called ideal volume. Ideal volume is equal to volume of this vessel for this. Because in this vessel only one gas molecule is there. Only one gas molecule in the sense this gas molecule can move anywhere. All the space is belongs to this molecule only. All the space is for this molecule. So this molecule is getting all the space for a free movement. So what is the free volume this molecule is getting for a free movement? This complete vessel volume. This complete vessel volume. So for this molecule, free volume is equal to volume of vessel. For this molecule, ideal volume is equal to volume of vessel. So now we will take two gaseous molecules. We will take. It is one molecule. It is another molecule. Two molecules we have taken. Now volume of vessel is this much. Volume of vessel is this much. It is the volume of vessel. Okay. Volume of vessel we know. Now let us consider the two gaseous molecules. One is first molecule, another one is second molecule. Like this we will consider. Now shall we say for this for this first molecule, this entire volume, this entire space completely available, that means exactly available for free movement.